Hello everyone around the world, I am the Zebra94. Welcome back to Invictus Racing League here on GT Sport for round 3 of the DTM Mercedes Series. We're here at the famed Nürburgring GP for round 3. We got some points, we got some updates for some points. So while qualifying has started, and while the first set of people are taking their outlaps, I shall go over the points. Starting with the team points, there are 4 teams, each represented by the... Hold on, give me 1 second, guys. Everyone hear me okay? We're good. Right there. Let's go. So yes, we'll be going over the points for right now. So let me get that up. So 4 teams, blue, orange, silver, and pink. They are represented by the liveries. Blue team, which consists of Blue Jean, Mr. Stim, Tejwar, and so far a mixture between Betrayer and Ponage Town. They are currently leading the team point standings by 40 points over the orange team, which consists of Scope Fielder, Ton Almanac, Sky, and there's one more person I can't remember. Was it Never Miss? I think Never Miss was the other one. I'm not entirely sure. Let's find out. No, Never Miss part of Team Silver. It's part of Team Orange. Who's the last one? Just kind of cycling through. I can't remember. So I do apologize for that, but Orange Team is in second in the team points by 40 points. Then Silver Team is in third with 150, and Pink Team, who hasn't had many members showed up, is part. Unfortunately, in last place with only 52 points, but the driver standings, with Scope Fielder taking a huge lead with 106 points leading the driver standings, followed by Blue Team representative Blue Jean with 77. Then behind him, Mr. Stim, also part of Blue Team, with 69. Very nice. Tejwar with 68 points. Tone Almanac with 67. And Sky with 66. So just between positions 3rd through 7th, only 3 points separate them. Quite amazing. Then SJD with 56 points, Betrayer with 35, Matthew with 34, Ponage Town 30, Never Miss tied with Ponage Town with 30, Gazaman 24, O. Steven, who we're focusing on right now, part of Team Silver with 17. Malcolm, or WWFC, is tied with Briggsby with 14 points, and Foggy with 13, and Ferocious Dan finally with 10. So that was a mouthful. So we're getting the first times going across the board just in time. O. Steven's going to start off with a 2:01, but Almanac's going to beat that quickly by 2 seconds to 1:59.181. Scope Fielder's going to come across the line. He's going to obliterate the time with a 1:55.701. Ponage Town is next, a 1:57. That's going to be good enough for second place. Bridges is going to come. This is outlap, so he will not be starting the time. SJD taking his time to warm up his tires. He's going to come across for 2:25. Fourth for now. Oh, and Never Miss, he's going to set a time, 2 minutes. That's about 2 minutes flat. And the Betrayer is also going to set a time of a 2:02, but we expect this time to go up and up and up. Malcolm, F1 WWFC, representing Team Pink. He is currently in second, but whopping 3.5 seconds behind Scope Fielder. But Rowley Matthew, he's going to set a time of 1:56.534. Can he possibly challenge the man from Sweden, Scope Fielder? Can anyone dethrone this man? Let's go on board with Scope Fielder. He's currently your provisional pole sitter. Actually, we'll get back to him. We're going to take a lap around with him very, very shortly. Mr. Stim, he goes third fastest with 1:57.229 for Team Blue. And here comes Steven. He's going to hopefully set a faster lap. Gets around the last corner. Let's see if he can improve, and looks like he will. 1:59. Albanak, will he do the same? Will. So Phil's going to go into the pits. We'll take a ride on board with Albanak here. As you dive into turn 1, it is a downhill sharp right hairpin, so you want to shift all the way down to first gear. And then this is the part where the first sector is really kind of just being patient. You can make passes, but yeah, to really be on the inside, it's really hard to make an outside pass during those two left-handers. And then do a quick switch back over to the right. Be careful not to go too far out. That is a rather tough corner to gain traction on. Some people end up going wide. Then you have this banked downhill fast left-hander. What's going on, Mike? Thanks for joining. And then followed by that right-hander. Then you get a run. Stephen moves out of the way, and then coming up to this right banked hairpin, this rounded hairpin here. There you go, second gear, find the apex, power out, use every inch of the track, and then up the Schumacher S's here. You want to be full throttle, use the 6/10 down, and runs a bit wide. Can you hold on to it? Ooh, unfortunate, but looks like he doesn't collect anyone, and he's going to retire. But let's see if we can grab anyone else. I'm trying to get to that car right there. Oh, we're going on board with Mr. Sky here, so let's try this again. He's going to go through the Schumacher S's. Sky currently sitting in 4th place. They're going to make the left-hander. Some people will shift down, some people will stay in 3rd gear. Really depends on driver. Skyzy. Alright, Skyzy. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. And then that fast right bend into the left-right chicane, and he is going to decapitate it like Marie Antoinette herself. And then you're going to follow around that last right-hander at a slow pace, and that is going to be a lap around the Nürburgring. So, doesn't matter where you are at in the world, I would like to say thank you to, as you know, today is June 6th, and on this day in history was the very famous D-Day, where the Allied troops stormed the beaches of Normandy in France, and would just like to thank all the men and women. 75th anniversary of D-Day, yes, and I would like to thank, all the men and women. There had to be women in there, right? It was such a big operation. All the men and women that not only contributed to this giant plan, which eventually swung World War II in the Allies' favor, but also all the men and women who gave the ultimate sacrifice to just made the ultimate sacrifice so we can continue doing what we're doing as something silly as sim racing here. So we want to thank you, and thank you for the families who continue to honor and commemorate them even 75 years after the date. And we want to say thank you very much for the few men and women who are still alive after that very eventful day. The end of Nazis began today. Yes, how fitting that we're in Nürburgring, Germany. But we're not going to get into that. So we're going to go over the current field as it stands. We got about 5 minutes to go, 4.5 minutes plus maybe about 30 seconds or so, really depending on what time Teshwar starts. The last 9 seconds of the countdown. Veteran jumped yesterday at 97 years old. That is insane. Also to commemorate, there's also a bunch of paratroopers that dropped into Normandy via old school style. So that was also really cool too. So here is the grid as it stands. Scopefielder sits in first with a 155.701. Rally Matthews behind him just under 5/10. And actually we're gonna stay on. No, he's gonna head into the pits. He's gonna make one last ditch effort at it. SJD, he's currently in third. Sim's gonna be in fourth. And he set his best sector time, so we actually might see him go into third place here in a little bit, as Ponishtown actually goes into third as he comes back on track. So it might be a little bit misconstrued here because people are coming in and out, changing tires and so on and so forth. So please forgive me if I do get some things mixed up. So Ponishtown's in third, SJD is in fourth, Stim is in fifth, Gazaman's in sixth, Almanac in seventh, which is very interesting to see him down. He's a very solid racer, so we expect him to see him make some moves up as he crosses the line. Will he be able to improve on his time and move up the ranks? No, he will not. So Almanac in seventh, Skyzy in eighth as he gets onto the grass. He heads up the Schumacher S there, constantly flashing his lights and using turn signals. Then Sir Spud, welcome back. Good to have you back. He's currently in 9th. Betrayer, he's in 10th. Malcolm, he's in 11th. Never Miss, he's in 12th. Tejwar in 13th. He has yet to set a proper time. And Grigsby's in 14th. And Steven, we've seen him set a time, but he's currently sitting in the lobby waiting. So I don't exactly remember where he's at. I don't really remember. So time's starting to wind down. Let's see if we can catch some people along. Here comes Skyzy. Will he be able to improve his time? A 150. He does by half a second, but he's going to be in 6th. Gasman going a little bit of rallycross there in a Mercedes-Benz. He's going to come around. Will he be able to improve his time? It doesn't look like it, as he's going to run out. Well, let's see, he grabbed this big old gackle. Here goes Betrayer on his out lap. He's going to be trying to set a flying lap. What about whoever it is? Yes, it is a very tough track, especially in this game. It's very light. These cars feel very light, especially if you're on a wheel. But it is going to be a tough car. These Mercedes-Benz do like to push. They do like to push. I will say that from experience, racing in another league where I ran the Mercedes-Benz in a GT Sport, and they love to push. They absolutely love to push. So SJD, he gets a best first sector, but not by much. Not gonna see him jump up the leaderboards too far. Yes, they are. I love it. Love cars front engines. Love that long nose on the Mercedes, man. It's beautiful. So let's see if we can get any people finishing up over here. I do apologize trying to maneuver through the field. It's really hard to see who's where. As Teshwar just decapitates. I saw that, buddy. But yeah, he gets a 2-second slowdown penalty, which is really gonna hurt. Probably his last lap attempt. And yeah, I think he might give it one more go. So 15 minutes has passed. So I think we're gonna be. Teshwar might be the last person finishing up a lap here. Scout Fielder, will he improve on his time of 155.7? He does. He gets a 155.05, almost dips into the 154s. Absolutely insane. Who's going to come across the line next? Going to be Skyzy, and he's not going to improve at all. So you see people starting to drop out. What about Betrayer? He gets a 157.443. That's not going to be enough for the pole position. What about Sir Spud? He's going to get 157. That's going to move him up into 4th position. Who's there? Come on, give it to me. There he is. Rally Matthew. Will he be able to steal the pole position away? It doesn't look like it. It's going to be a 158. That's going to be on the lower part. And Stim, he's going to get a slowdown penalty, which he's going to try to get rid of real quick, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen, so he's going to have to forfeit that lap. Unfortunately, there's someone else behind him trying to get to a game. Oh, it's going to be bonus time, and he loses it. That's going to be, I believe that's going to be Albanak. It is. He's going to be on his outlap, and I don't think Tej is going to call it. I'm not entirely sure, as we see a pink car go off there, so his time is done. So, what are they going to call this right here? Oh, bonus down with a little bit of a bump there. Might have been an accident. Not entirely sure. So we're going to be going green flag very, very shortly, but people are going to be setting in times until Tej gives the okay. Can we see the gaps? Of course you can see the gaps. We're actually going to check this out. Live timing. Bada boom. There you go, guys. So here is the live timing. You can actually see all the sectors too, and their progress is being made as well. So you can actually see all that. And then plus you can see, that's a little bit confusing, but you can also see the course map and where everyone's at, and relative time as well. And you can scroll on down and see where each person's at. So, but we're going to take a look at the timing monitor, and you can see the time gap between each person. Yes, Spud is doing really well. He's currently sitting in, well, when Schofield gets back on the field, he should be sitting 5th, not 4th. So a little bit of miscommunication there, but the final, well, not the final, but race has been started. We're about to go green flag racing. So here we go. Team Blue has showed up full in force. 15 cars. We have a almost near full grid. We're missing just a handful of drivers. So here we go. 5 red lights. 30-minute main race. Or 4 red lights, and away we go. So Matthew, he's actually going to be starting on the pole as... Oh, it's going to be 3 wide going down into turn 1. It's about 4 wide actually throughout the rest of the field. This is amazing. SJD runs wide. Ponish down. He's going to look on the inside, not the outside of turn 2. SJD is going to get a great run. 3 wide around turn 2. This is going to be Matthew holding it down. Skyzy kind of moving out as he's going to dive on the inside. Here comes Spud making a huge move on the inside, and Ponish Town falling right behind him. So Matthew getting the lead, followed by Spud, Ponish, SJD, Stim, Skyzy, and Stim are side by side as Stim gets a half-second penalty right away. A little bit of bumping and shoving there. These cars love to push. This is a very front-heavy car, as you see with that big old engine in the front. Oh, Stim nearly punts SJD and Skyzy into the shadow realm, going around the hairpin, heading up the Schumacher S's, but we're going to head back up front. So we punish down in second. Spud now drops down to third, and Matthew has just taken off on them. Shot as you see the drivers really muscle those cars around. It's going to be 4th, 5th, and 6th, very, very tight as Stim still holds on to 4th place, but he does have a 4/10 10-second penalty he needs to get rid of, but he's got plenty of time to worry about that. We're actually going to throw on there we go. Oh, Stim almost a little bit too late on the brakes there, as Skyzy and SJD, they're kind of bumping donuts there a bit, little tire donuts on the side. I wish that would show up in this game, but no goodness, we have a car off in the rear. I don't know who that is, but Scopefielder, he forgot to join in, so he did not start on the pole, although he did get the fast time, so I think the pole does awards him, but he's going to be making his way up to the field. And so far he has. This is magnificent racing between these four drivers. Stim is still leading. Spud has dropped down though, and he continues to drop down. As he runs wide, that I don't know if that's going to give him a penalty or not, but Spud leaving the inside open for SJD as they're side by side. SJD pushes Spud wide, and Skyzy does get a penalty. Running wide off of turn 2, side by side going into turn 5. Had to count my corners. SJD gets the better of Spud, and here comes Scopefielder now, as he's going to make his way easily around at Spud without a problem. Spud gets a little bit loose there. Dirty Air kind of forced him to get a bit loose. The Scopefielder almost spins out. Front pack starts to spread out, but we'll kind of keep an eye on Scopefielder to see how quickly he can slice through this field. Top 5, Matthew, Ponage, Stim, Skyzy, and SJD. Scopefielder looking to join in there as well, as we're going to look through the rest of the field. Never Miss, he is in the draft of Brigsby, and Gazaman in the draft of Never Miss, excuse me. Schreier in 11th, and here comes Almanac on the inside. He's going to make a pass on Malcolm. And he makes it stick. Oh, that might have been a little bit close. Might have been a little bit of contact there, as Almanac runs deep on the inside, protecting that inside line. Just going to go back to the outside to try to get the preferred line. But here comes Malcolm on the inside. Can he get past for 12th position? It doesn't look like it. Almanac, he's going to reclaim the position, but we're going to go ahead back up front. Look at the top 5 going on as Scopefielder slices his way through SJD, and he now has his eyes set on his teammate Skyzy. Scopefielder slowly closing in now. Very, very smooth. Gets a tremendous run out of the Schumacher S's. Closes the gap by about a 1/10. Matthew with the fastest race time so far with 1:56. Really taking his time. He's putting the pressure on Skyzy. He's telling me, hey man, move out of the way. I'm much faster than you. But I had a talk with Scopefielder earlier in the season, I believe after round 1, and he said, like, there's no team orders, there's no first, second drivers, like, we're here to race as long as we don't take each other out. Paraphrasing it, of course, but that's just like it's great racing my teammate, really. And you can tell as Skyzy leaves him the inside line open, and Scopefielder takes over 4th position. No DRS. All power. So Stim still has a 4/10 penalty, but there you see the gap between Ponage and Matthew, it's going to be 6.5 seconds, and it's increasing. So Matthew, really confident around here, but I wonder if Scopefielder will be able to get the job done. So with Scopefielder kind of done slicing through for the time being, let's take a look at the mid-pack here. It was like the mid-pack battle. Spud has unfortunately slipped from highest second all the way down to 8th, and he's got Almanac on his rear. He defends the inside line. Watch Almanac go for the over and under, and he does, side by side. Are they going to go side by side up the Schumacher S? That's going to be tough. Little to no gripper on the outside. Almanac holds it. Can Sir Spud hold it? No, he cannot. He's going to give up 8th position. Here comes Betrayer on the outside. He's going to make the pass for 9th place. So Spud sinking like a rock in a lake here early on. We haven't even reached halfway, and he's dropped 8 positions. Brigsby's feeling racy against his teammate. He's going to make a move on the inside, and he does. He makes a second. Very, very nice job. Oh, we're going to go back up to the front, though. Scopefielder and Stim battling it out. This is for the bottom step of the podium. And right in front of him is Ponage Town as well. So 2nd, 3rd, and 4th all together. And you see Rally Matthew really pulled away. He's now about 10 seconds away from this pack of cars right here for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So we'll see what happens as we keep an eye on this battle as it progresses. Here we lost one driver today. To give you an overview of what you see at the bottom of your screen, the bottom left is what tires they have on. So S is soft, double S will be super soft, M is medium, H is hard. And the R stands for racing. That's all it is. There's really nothing special about that. You can see the tire wear, you get your fuel gauge, and right here along the middle bottom is where you see all the aids that the drivers use. So you can see the Scopefielder uses ABS, which there's nothing wrong with assists. I don't have any problem with that, but if you do, it's kind of sad. Pit's not mandatory in this race. You're going to need a pit in this race regardless. So I guess so. Yeah, you're going to have to pit regardless, because the tires in this game, they don't last that long. And when they barely get worn, you will feel the wrath of a worn tire in GT Sport. That is for sure. And over on the right, this is mainly for on the bottom right hand side of the screen. As we see one driver coming in, I believe that would be Matthew and Ponage Town. They're going to go into pit, and they're going to get their pit stop done early, as Mr. Stim will be your new leader. Someone on the hards? Let's see if someone's on the hards. I doubt it. The tire model in this game, so Gasman's on the mediums, Spud's on the mediums, Malcolm's on the mediums, no one's on hards. Hedge's actually in last, but he already made his pit stop. So no one's on the hards. The tire model in this game is a bit wonky. If you're not on soft, super softs, you're pretty much racing on the ice blocks. So Stim's still holding off Scopefielder. He's trying his absolute best. Yes, one driver on super soft. So it looks like softs is the way to go. Also really depends, you can move your brake bias up and down. Whereas this course map from the bottom, you just use the left and right buttons on the D-pad to change, and then you use up and down to change it. So you can also adjust the fuel as well. You can either run 1, which is full rich, or I believe 6, which is full lean. So there's that. So Stim is doing very well holding off Scopefielder, but Scopefielder's hoping that Stim will overfuel. Oh, Scopefielder runs way wide. Looks like he just got pulled by that air that he was behind Mr. Stim as Skyzy slowly closing the gas, but they're coming up into the chicane here. Let's see if they're going to pit. Scope Fielder's going to pit, and so Stim, Scope Fielder, and Skyzy, they're all going to pit. SJD looks like he's going to stay out for another lap, so he will he will take the lead for now. And Gazman will actually take second, and Skyzy is also on. No, Gazman's actually coming as well. So is Betrayer. Gotta give a shout out to Team Blue. They love their liveries, especially love Betrayer's little shades of Jimmy Broadbent with the blue and red. I love it. And Matthew, he is well ahead of Ponage Town. Spud is yet to pit. Ponage Town, will he come out in front of everyone? Looks like, whoa, we have a yellow flag. Don't know where that's at. And Scopefielder does jump Mr. Stim, so it looks like Stim might have overfueled a bit, it looks like, enough for Scopefielder to jump him. So that is unfortunate. Scopefielder does take over, but would be in third place after pit stops have cycled through. So what SJD and looks like Spud's trying to do is they're trying to make it to about the halfway point, so they can take on as little fuel as possible. SJD, he's running low. Oh, and Spud running wide into the sand. That's going to allow Ponage and Scope easily. Very good action angles on this track. Very self-centric angles on the cars, like modern F1. You just follow one car. It's like you have a potential battle here going on. You're only following one of them? What's wrong with you? So SJD goes into pits. Matthew's gonna reassume the lead. He isn't going to try to break the draft or anything, so watch out for an attack on the inside from Scope. Here he comes. Ponage he set himself up for the next two turns, which are all inside. Will Ponage be able to hold on? Looks like he'll be able to. It's still going to be close. He barely gets in front of him, just cuts off Scopefielder, just barely. I mean, barely. Ponage Town still holds on to second place for another minute or so. Matthew, 12, almost 13-second lead over these guys, and we have just hit the halfway point. Ponage defending on the inside, side by side. Who's going to get the better run up? Oh, it's going to be close. Ponage, ooh, great car control by Scope. That was me. I would have got sent off into the sand. Ponage Town still holds on. Second place, but for how long? Looking to the inside. Oh, a little bit of contact. They're bouncing back and forth. It's like we're playing bumper cars here or something. As Ponage runs wide into the chicane, and Scopefielder, he's going to take over second. And, well, that's all she wrote. Scopefielder is gone. Hasta la vista. Spud, he's going to finally go into the pits. He's on the mediums, and he lasted quite a bit. Especially JD now is up in 6th. Oh, we got some battle between some teammates here. Here we go. Ted's actually laying off the throttle there, burning some of his penalty that he had. Starting from bottom to top, we're going to go over the order. So Spud, he's unfortunately in last place. And there he goes. Steven, he's in 13th. Malcolm in 12th. Brigsby in 11th. Tejwar in 10th. Betrayer 9th. Gazin 8th. Almanac, he's been kind of chilling in 7th. He hasn't really been making the moves that he wants. So he's currently in 7th. SJD in 6th. Stim in 5th. SkyZ in 4th. Honage in 3rd. Scope in 2nd. And Matthew currently leading. And set the fastest time. The only time he wasn't leading was when he went into the pits. So, just under 12 minutes to go. It is the home track for the Mercedes-Benz in Germany. We're gonna kind of go through the back, see if we can find any battles going on here. It's very much spaced out. Not much really. I guess we have really close battle going on. Yeah, huge lead for Matthew. But we're gonna keep an eye out on that lead between Fielder or Scope and Matthew, and we'll see if that drops at all. See how much pace Scope has in the open air. So let's actually take a look at it right now. So keep that time in mind, 13.5 seconds. So we'll check back in a couple laps and see if that closes down at all. So on the track map, it looks rather close, but kind of even spread here, a little under 2 seconds for each. Between 10th or 7th between each car. If you like what you've been seeing, give us a follow here on Twitch and at Invictus Racing League. I believe it is. Give us a follow. Much appreciated. And also follow the league on Twitter at InvictusRL. If you like the sound of my soothing voice, you can also follow me on Twitter at Zebra94, or you can also, actually no, I won't plug in my my YouTube channel. Craig didn't give me the go-ahead. I don't want to disappoint him, so I'll just plug everything that's Invictus Racing League. That is Invictus Racing League. And Scope Builder, he's going to head into the pits for the second to last time here, or second to last time, the last time, so let's see what he gets. Not many battles going on, so we can actually watch this kid stop in action. Will he just get fuel? No, he won't get tires and fuel. And he's off. Tejwar and Brigsby, they're pitting him as well. He's going to fall behind his teammate, Almanac, so he's going to drop back down into 9th, but that's not going to work. So SkyZ with a 1.1 second penalty, Stim with a half a second penalty, so those have to be let off very, very soon, but not much else going on, so we're actually going to go back to Scope as he gets around his teammates. And the orange team kind of spread out a bit. It's going to hurt the team chances just a little bit. They got to catch up to Team Blue. up quite a bit by 30 or 40 points. Memory serves. So this is important though. So we have 8 minutes left. A lap is about a little under 2 minutes. So that's going to be Matthew up at the very, very top. He's going to be starting to cross the finish line. He looks to cross about 8 minutes left. So we're going to have about 5 laps to go. But Matthew's going to dive into the pits. So let's see what he gets as his team is waiting. Looks like Never Miss was the one to drop out. Grab tires and fuel. Bonus now comes into Skyzy. He's going to take control of the lead, or will Matthew actually come out in front of him? We shall see. And he's off. And inside, I think, oh, Matthew's going to have the lead very, very soon anyway. Skyzy's going to have to pit. 7 minutes remaining. Fielder has jumped Ponage by quite a bit. About 8 seconds. And Stim is falling right behind him. So can Stim jump Skyzy as these two are now battling it out. Skyzy helping out his teammate here, trying to hold him up. Skyzy trying to hold up Matthew. I'm pretty sure I misquoted that. I do apologize. Skyzy really slowing down Matthew. Matthew trying to make his way around. Like, dude, I'm so fast. Let me through. Yeah, Matthew just does have to chill and cruise home. This part is rough. I should know I've raced in multiple leagues where I've been out in front just by myself, and that's when you get bored because there's nothing going on. You're not lapping traffic. You're just by yourself, and you start like really pushing the boundaries, and you start doing stupid stuff to pass time, and that's what it really gets you. So Skyzy, he's going to go into the pits. That's going to leave Matthew with the lead. So Fielder gets around Gaza. Very, very easy. And Ponage Town has a 1.5 second penalty, and Stim looks like finally gets rid of his penalty. You have to do the Alan Prost. And Ponage Town, he's gonna get rid of his penalty, and some blue flags come out as opponents let Stim through. But Team Blue's 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th as Skyzy, he's gonna come out just in front. Whoa, where did? Oh, Stim got resetted. Oh no, Stim, he got reset. Really? He cut too hard in a turn 1, and the game was like, I ain't having none of your stuff. He got teleported back because he cut turn 1 too hard. And when you cut a turn too much, the game will automatically reset you. Oh man, that is not good. So Ponage and Skyzy, this is for position now. This is after Gaza and SJD pit. This is for the bottom step of the podium. Let's take a look at everyone's fuels level. Gaza, he's definitely up to pit. SJD, I don't know. SJD could make it. He could make it. He could get 3rd place. But he's going to cut the chicane a bit. Through all the trials and tribulations, Scope Fielder, he's only caught up about a second since we last saw him. So Matthew's got this in the bag as long as he keeps it on the track. Knock on wood. Whoops, knocked on wood, and my dog thought someone was knocking at the door. Come here. Chill out. So. Come here. Chill out. Sorry about that. So Scope gets around SJD, who now has a almost 2 second worth of penalties and he needs to get rid of, but we're actually going to go back here. Gazman, so Skyzy, he's now dropped down to 7th. As we have 2.5 minutes to go. All popping off. This guy trying to get around Gaza, like a betrayer, up and make the pass. Betrayer also has some penalties he needs to get rid of as well. The only battle that's going on. 1 minute 40 seconds left. We are on the last lap as Matthew just crossed the finish line. Start finish line. And we got white flag. 1 lap to go. Yes, SJD is also in a really good position. If he can just hold on and doesn't lose fuel, he should be able to get podium. One stop. So everyone coming on to the last lap here. Albanak looking to try to get past Tej, who has accumulated hefty penalty. So Tej might drop down into 10th, just based off penalties low. Side by side, Skyzy and Gaza. Side by side, can Skyzy get the position? Yes, he can, but for how long will Gaza do the switch back? Maybe. He does it, but it's kind of just rubs him off, using him as a movable wall, and Gaza gets the position back. We have to go back up to here. What has happened? SJD has lost a huge chunk of time, and Ponich is quickly closing in. We're going to keep an eye on that very, very shortly here. Now that up in the top of the track map, but here in the middle of your screen is you have Skyzy and Gaza battling out for 6th place. But we're going to go around Matthew. He's going to win the feature race here at the Nürburgring. Scope Fielder in 2nd. This would have been an amazing battle to have if had he joined. So what about SJD? He's got 1.6 seconds of penalties. His opponents have any penalties? I don't think so. No, he does. He gets 2.5 seconds of penalties through the chicane. He got too excited. He saw it flashing. Will he slow down though? Don't think so. Stim's going to cross the line. And Sim's going to get 4th place. But what about Gaza and Skyzy as they go around the last corner? Skyzy still has his penalties, and Gaza's going to hold off Skyzy. Trader's going to come in 8th. Teshwar finishing 9th, but he's going to post penalties. He's going to come in 10th. And Brigsby, Spud, Malcolm, and Stevens. So tough pull for Team Pink as they finish 11th, 12th, and 13th. Ouch. So there's your race results. Matthew getting a win for Team Silver. As he also not only as he gets the fast lap. So after that, coming up in just a few minutes, we will have the 15-minute sprint race coming up. And it's going to be reverse grid, so last place starts first and first place starts last. So we'll be back in a couple minutes. Stay tuned. Just got official word. We'll be back in about 12 minutes. So that's going to be 9:10 GMT plus 1. I believe it's a BST, however you guys go by it. So, yeah, we'll be back in about 11 minutes or so for the sprint race. So we'll see you then. Hello everyone, I'm Zuba94 and welcome back to Invictus Racing League. Coming up in just a couple of minutes, we will be starting the 15-minute reverse grid sprint race. And if you didn't catch the race last time, the 30-minute main feature race, it was a very eventful race for sure, with plenty of good battles throughout, so I do highly recommend watching that. Yeah, we're about ready to go on green flag racing here in just a couple minutes. Alright, here we go. We'll be going green flag in just about 30 seconds now, so buckle in. It's going to be an absolute chaotic 15-minute sprint race, reverse grid, based on previous results. So finish last, you start first, and if you finish first, you start last. So, I believe that Never Miss is not going to be in here. No, he's not, so we only have 14 drivers starting. Yeah, 15 drivers start last race, but 14 Never Miss won't be able to join us this time for the sprint race. So here we go. 4 red lights and we are underway for the 15-minute sprint race. Wide down multiple lanes as Tejmore goes around the outside. Steven in first, Spud second, Brigsby third. The whole gaggle of cars trying to find their position, and Skyzy, he's in fourth, but here comes Ponage down. Skyzy gets around Tej, he's got a tight squeeze. Like fresh squeeze, orange juice as Tejmore pushes Skyzy wide as they continue making tire donuts down the straight, going into turn 5. Oh, here goes Ponage down. Diving his way in. Passing Skyzy. Still to pass Tej. Let's see here. Oh, Tesh gets loose a little bit, but he holds on to it. This guy's he's going to do the over and under. Have to work together here as a team. Hold off Skyzy. Oh, getting a little bit loose when he holds on to it. Ah, such a bad. I can't see anything. There you go. There's a much better angle of the cars there in the back. But still leading Steven and Tej, your top 3, followed by Pony and Skyzy to round off your top 5. Chicken pretty much, but we're actually going to go back here to where all this big gaggle of cars are. Here comes Almanac, he's in 10th, Skill Fielder down 11, Matthew in 12. Those two guys be able to get up the front in just this short amount of time. It's going to be close. We go back up to the front, it's all very even Steven, as Steven's trying to make a dive on the inside. Can he do it? Doesn't look like it. Spud holds on still, and Ponage and Sky, they're still going at it. Oh, here comes Tej. She's feeling a little bit racy as Skyzy gets on the inside of Ponage. He's going to make the pass, so watch out. Oh, but they both run wide. That might give a penalty to both. We'll see. They might have lifted off, so it won't count. It looks like they're safe from the penalties. They're still very, very close to each other. Yeah, Skyzy's always blinking. Skyzy has pace. He has the pace, so we could see him up in front very, very soon. As Tejwar, he's now in the 2nd place. And Skyzy just bounces Steven out of the way, throwing them elbows out. Guys are trying to get up to the front, trying to get some big points for Team Orange as he flashes the lights, telling Tesh to move out of the way. Whoa! Where did Ponage go? He just drove it in there. Did he cut any no penalties for Ponage. Whoa! The blue blur, Ponage Town just... I can't not believe what I just saw. But here comes Team Blue. They normally travel in a convoy. Now Steven, he's going to try to go on the inside of Skyzy. Oh, from that angle, it looks like that they're side by side. Got a little bit too excited there. Apologize. Here comes Betrayer. He's going to try to move on the inside of Steven. Can he get the position? Oh, you see Steven really struggling with this car there, trying to get it centered into the corner. Side by side, going into turn 5 now. Steven gets the position. Betrayer falls back to 7th. Stim moves up into 6th. Minutes to go. Spud is still leading. Ponage is still holding off Skyzy. Oh, but here we go. Skyzy going up to the inside. Side by side up the Schumacher S's. Oh no! Ponage absolutely just obliterates Skyzy into the sand. I don't think that was on purpose. That's just the car not having enough grip. But that's how much that these guys, they don't want to let up one bit. But here's what I find very, very interesting, I might add. Matthew, scope fielder. Scope fielder pit. He's in 14th. You know how fast he is in the open air. Matthew, he had to pit. And he's only up to 12. So yeesh. I think he might be trying to do one stop and just manage the field. So we shall see. as time progresses forward. So keep an eye on Schofield to see if anyone pits or not. And if so Schofield's gonna make a move. But can Spud win a race today? It's very, very possible. But he's got two fast Team Blue drivers, Tejwar and Ponage, on the rear. Well, not exactly rear, but behind them. So Stim in fourth, Betrayer in fifth. Almanac is slowly lurking behind him. Steven has unfortunately fallen back to 7th place with Gaza, and then Sky, he's in 9th after that unfortunate incident. Caught up with Ponage, and SJD in 10th, Matthew in 11th. Schofield's now up to 12th. Very interesting to see what happens. How many of these people are going to pit? How many are going to try to stay out and hope for the best? That'll be interesting. Here we go. We have a battle for 5th place. Almanac and Betrayer. All four of Team Blue in the top 5, 2nd through 5th. Betrayer runs a little bit wide. Almanac gets a bit of a run, but he has to hold up as to not spin out Betrayer. But we're going to go up here. This battle for the lead now. Bonus with a little over 2.5 seconds worth of penalties. He needs to bleed. Oh, Tej with a huge cut. That's gonna hurt him bad. And I think to alleviate the penalty, oh no, he's still gonna get it just as he goes in. It's gonna be a 1-second penalty. So Tej, Ponage are both going to be going into the pits. That's going to leave Stim out in 2nd. Here comes Almanac, and even Gaza, he's going to be getting into the mix. So Spud, he's going to be your leader. Where's Schofield are going to come out in all this? It's going to be close. Here comes Almanac, he's going to dive on the inside of Betrayer. Can he make the pass? Still side by side. Now switch to the inside. Betrayer side by side. A little bit of a slide, but Betrayer gets on the inside. He's going to make the pass back, but it's going to be a drag race down to turn 5. Oh, but Almanac's going to get in front. We're going to kind of scroll through down. So Schofield now moves up into 10th. He's passed his teammate, Skyzy. We have yellow flags. Let's see anyone off. So Ponage, you now score about Schofield are coming up. It's gonna be close. Gonna be close. And buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. Five and a half minutes to go. Who's going to have to pit? Who's going to make it on fuel? It's going to be close. Saw SJD do it and during his first stint. So it's very possible. Take a look. Steven, he's going to have to pit. His fuel's too low. SJD might have a chance. Sir Spud pits. Gaza may have to pit. Betrayer and Stim pits. It's going to be close. SJD might squeak this out. Maybe. Where does Spud come out? Spud's just now getting into the stall. Tires and fuel. Tej, she's going to come out. Tej moves up to 2nd. He's got the fuel and tires, but he runs wide. Ponage in 3rd. Scope now in 4th. Due to the early pit stop and all of that free air. Here comes Spud. He just comes out now. Betrayer and Skyzy as well. Should have gone for Super Sauce. Definitely more grip in such a short amount of time. It's now a 4-minute sprint mad dash. Can anyone catch up to SJD within the time? SJD is going to have plenty of fuel. Maybe. about 2 or 3 laps. 6.5 seconds down. Here comes Tejwar. He's in second. And he's got just under a second worth of penalties to get rid of. And now Ponage has over 3 seconds of penalties to get rid of. And he can't do it with a fast scope fielder right behind him. Love these sprint races, man, because you get to see different people try to pull off different strategies. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So it's going to be very, very interesting. Betrayer and Skyzy, they're going at it now. Skyzy trying to make up. Matthew behind him now as well. He's going to dive in, but he goes a little bit too wide. Oh, I don't think Betrayer saw him. Side by side, they're bumping and banging, giving each other tire donuts there as Skyzy moves ahead, and here comes Matthew on the inside of the fast right-hand bend. Matthew, oh, I thought he was going to dive onto the inside. That would have been a huge one for sure. But we're going to go back up here. Crossing the line. We're going to have 2 laps to go. Second and third. Penalties. Scope fielder. No penalties. He's slowly catching up though. Ponage might drop down into 4th. Oh, Ponage runs way wide. That is not going to help his case at all. For me personally, it looks like Ponage is probably doing that on purpose just to give Tej a little bit of space. I kind of like Ponage almost baiting Scope to battle with them so Tej can pull off. It's going to be interesting. And Tejwar slowly catching up. Slowly catching up. Now 2.5 seconds, but he still has a second worth of penalties that he needs to get rid of. Can he do it in a lap and a half? Let's go. Gaining quickly on Ponage here. Tej, only 1.3 seconds behind us. Oh, Ponage goes wide. Oh man, the stem. Not so far. There you see Ponage going all the way to the inside. Oh man. Oh, but Ponage. What? Oh no, Ponage gets sent. I don't know if that was a punt or if Ponage just lost control of his car, but he's now down to 6. Scope fielder has his eyes on Tej for second place. But here comes Stim. Can Stim get past Scope? Oh, this is insane. We're on the last lap. Tej still has 9/10 seconds of penalties to get rid of, but can he get in front of SJD and finish second? Ahead, it's going to be close. This is the battle for the lead. Where is, SJD, he is dangerously low. I don't think he's going to make it. It's going to be close. His gauge is flashing red. Tejwar, his gauge is also flashing red. Schofield, he's got plenty of gas. So does Mr. Stim. It's going to be close. One more sector to go after this right-hander. But Scope doesn't have a penalty, but Tej does. Oh, here comes Stim. Stim's going to make a move. You know he is. Oh my goodness, look out! Stim punts! Tej Oh, he doesn't get rid of the time penalty, but SJD, he's going to hold on. Can he? Does he have enough fuel going around the last corner? Does he have it? Does he run wide? No, he doesn't. He holds on to it. SJD will win the sprint race. Tej finishes second, but he drops down into fourth position. Scopebuilder takes second position. And Stem takes podium over Tej. What a race. Spud in fifth, Betrayer sixth, Matthew seventh, Skyzy eighth, Ponage ninth, Gaza 10th, Stephen 11th, Albanak 12th, Brigsby 13th, and Malcolm rounding up. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Unreal. SJD wins the sprint race. So, we're gonna get Matthew. We're gonna get the two winners. I'll be interviewing whoever two winners are, 1 to 2 winners. So, hopefully Matthew and SJD will have microphones. So let me get them invited. SJD. Invites. And then routing Matthew. I'm gonna throw them up there and yeah, I got him. All right. Let's see if we can get him in here. Hopefully so. No one yet. Anyone? Anyone gonna come in? Well, I think that's gonna be it. We're not gonna get any Oh, there's Matthew. All right, you got your mic. You got your mic on chair. Yeah, I hear you just fine. Can you hear me? All right, hold on. Let me check the stream real quick. All right, go ahead and say something. All right, go ahead and say something. All right, go ahead and say something. Sorry to cut you short, but we can't hear you on the stream. Make sure that your mic's on shared, so we can hear your lovely voice. Yeah, so go into the party and go to party settings, and then go down to allow your voice to be shared and have on always allow. Yeah, yes. Okay. All right, so you should be good to go. Hold on, let me get back in here. Get off blue. So, man, you dominated the first sprint race. I mean, you just took off without Scope Fielder to really battle after his unfortunate mistake with getting back in the race so he can take pole. You were handed pole, and you did not disappoint. You, as soon as the lights went green, you just took off and never looked back. So tell the audience about your race there, man.
Well, I really enjoyed it because I really like to drive at Nürburgring. It was the second time I was in for this league. It's a new thing, but I really like it. It's a very nice racing. I always try to drive as fair as possible. Even when I'm in the middle of the pack, it's not always very easy to overtake or to drive alongside someone. But I really enjoyed, and in the first race, yeah, I was pretty excited and did not expect that I was in front. So I tried to be very constant. About my racing and try to always in every lap take in the same lines and just not stressing, try to not stress and a bit looking for the fuel and the tires and also try to drive my own race, not really I try to not think about the difference between the second rider. That was also a very strong driver. The scope fielder, he really, and also some other guys that really making the races very intense. But I'm very I didn't expect that I would dominate this the first race.
Yeah, no one really expects to dominate, really. So, I mean, the most important thing that I saw is that when you have a lead that big for that long, people really tend to get bored and they tend to like mess around. So, it's really great to hear that you had your head on straight the whole entire race, and like you said, like you weren't trying to mess with settings, you weren't focused about the time gap for second place, and you just did consistent lines and gave consistent times. So I really have to commend you on that because being out in the lead for so long, um, it really just you eventually just get bored because you have no one to race with. But seeing that the win was on the line, you really buckled down and focused. And I do have to congratulate you on that. So congratulations to your first win of the season, man. And really hope to see to see more of this, see more of you in winner's circle, especially with the longer race. So let's go on to the sprint race. So you won the main race, but unfortunately you had to start last in the sprint race due to the reverse grid order. And I didn't I didn't really see really much of you. We got eyes on you a couple times. You were kind of back in 12th. Like, were you just having a hard time going to the field? Like, what was going on for the sprint race for you?
Mm, Yeah, well, I'm not such a driver that can play for hours after hours in a week, and I try to practice when I found the time after working. So I think I need a bit more time to learn how to see the possibilities to overtake in the field and being more yeah being a better studying and more learning about the field itself. When I drove, so I started at last row. I tried to drive a bit in near scope fielder, because I knew he is also very experienced, and I tried to follow him or to drive in front or behind him a bit, but that's not always such an easy task. So, but I enjoyed the sprint race too. I just made I also made one little mistake in the last chicane, in the chicane before the finish line. Uh, I hit F1, I think, British driver. I tried to be close to him in the chicane, but I didn't expect that he was a bit braking or going a bit slower through it. So I made a mistake by hit him a bit. So I wait. I try to be fair and waiting till he was back on track, and then let it him driving in front of me. So I try to let the other driver seeing that I made a mistake and letting him back on track in front of me. I feel a bit sorry about that, yeah, but that can happen. I'm not I'm not yeah, sorry.
It's
I
all
try
good.
to I try to do my best in every race. Every race is different, and everyone tries to improve every race or to drive as good as possible. But sometimes you're in different situations in every race, and that makes it very exciting, but also a bit sometimes easier or more difficult. Like you saw, I had the start in the front in the main race, and that made it a bit more easier. You have to get a bit of luck too, to drive to have a good field in front of you to on the track, to have an open line. So that was a bit searching in the sprint race. Also made a mistake, but I tried to learn out of it, and trying to do better in next race. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Both races, it was fun, and the fun is that what counts the most for me.
Yeah, that's really great. That's some really great. You said that just having fun is what really matters because most drivers that are doing this semi well seriously, but not exactly on a full like pro level scale. They take things a bit too seriously, and that just it's all about having fun is ultimately the end goal. So that's really great that you said that, and really hope that people who are starting to fall out of love with racing, no matter what game it is, that they hear this and it kind of like gets their
Yeah,
priorities back in order. So next week we head to Dragon Tail Seaside. So with the knowledge that you
nice.
gained here at Nürburgring, um, do you expect to see yourself on the podium, even a win, or like somewhere in the middle of the field next week?
Um, Actually, I know this track, the Nürburgring. About this track, then I know the track really well. So I really tried to do everything to have to drive a good rhythm, and driving clean laps, and that made it also the knowledge of the track made it a bit more easier for me to drive more comfortable. But I had fun and I enjoyed it, so that's most important. And no matter what kind of track, what kind of car, I always enjoy it. You have to be open to every track and every car. But I know it's always the same car. That's true. But you have to be open for yourself to every track, and being able to learn tracks also. Dragon Trail, I drove there, I think, but not so as many as on the Nürburgring. So it will be a bit more difficult. But as I said, every race is different, and we'll see. I'm really looking forward, and I really looking forward to have same fun and driving written as now on the Nürburgring.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll see you up here in the party chat next week. Hopefully with another victory. So thank you for your time. Thank you for your words.
Nah.
That's gonna be it from us at Invictus Racing League. I'm the Zebra94. Give us a follow on Twitch and follow the league on Twitter at InvictusRL. And we will see you guys next week. Thank you. Have a good night.